Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over the top 10 starting pitchers in MLB The Show 20. I think that we're pretty much towards the end game now with this game. There might be a few cards here or there that come out, but I think it's pretty much safe to say that if I make a list right now, it's probably going to be a list that will hold until MLB The Show 21 comes out. And today we're going over the top 10 starting pitchers, as I've already mentioned. There will be a few honorable mentions at the beginning before we get into the top 10 because there's just so many good starting pitchers out there. This list was actually pretty hard to make. Before we get into it though, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like. It's that thumbs up button that you see right next to the subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so you know when I'm uploading more videos. Also, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about my top 10. If it agrees with your top 10. If you guys have a different top 10, let me know in the comments. I'd love to have a conversation about it with you. That's one of the reasons why I started this channel. Let's get into it. Honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is going to be postseason Walker Buehler, starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's a right-handed hurler. And really, what doesn't put him in the top 10 here is he just doesn't have a changeup. If he'd have a changeup, he would definitely make the top 10 list. He has great nines, as you can see, 110 hits per nine, 118 K per nine, with a good 92 base on balls per nine and 91 control. Pretty decent pitch repertoire. He throws 5 pitches, 4-seam fastball, slider, cutter, knuckle curve, and 2-seam fastball. Just barely out of the top 10. Like I said, this list was really hard to make, but I do think that Buehler could be a starting pitcher in a lot of guys' rotations. She's just not in my top 10. The next honorable mention is the Cy Young from 1973, Tom Seaver, 99 overall. Obviously, he played for New York Mets. I actually do think this card is pretty ridiculous. He has an amazing pitch repertoire, and if you pitch well with him, keep him in your starting rotation. Don't take him out. He's just barely not in the top 10 for me. I just feel like there's 10 better guys. But like I said before, I actually use 6, 7, maybe 8 starting pitchers. I kind of just throw guys in there when I want to use them. I do think the Seaver is very usable, but he has pretty low nines compared to what's out in the game right now with that 98 hits per nine. His pitch repertoire, though, is amazing. The 4-seam fastball, sinker, slider, 12-6 curve, and the changeup with great change of speed on his pitches. I really do like this Seaver. He suited me pretty well when I've been using him, but I'm going to just have to go with having him in the honorable mentions. Walter Johnson's the last of the honorable mentions. Another 99 overall right-handed thrower. It's really just his pitch repertoire that's holding this card back, as well as he has a pretty low hits per nine at 97, but the rest of his nines are pretty good. He does throw the ball 99 miles an hour with outlier 1, as I'll show you guys right here, and he has outlier 2, so he can't throw the ball very hard. That means his fastball is going to go 102, his sinker is going to go about 99, and then he throws a curveball and changeup. If he'd have a 5th pitch, he probably would actually be really close to the top 5. You can prestige him, which makes his nines even better. Like I said, hard list to make. He's just going to sit at the honorable mentions for me. Number 10. Starting off the top 10 is going to be Orel Hershiser. He's a 98 overall starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting, and he has a 5-pitch repertoire. This might surprise a lot of people that he's even in the top 10 because he did come out a while ago, but I don't know. If any of you guys have faced this Hershiser, you guys just know the ball kind of explodes out of his hands, even though he doesn't throw that hard. His sinker's only going to go about 95 miles an hour. Then he has the cutter that goes 90, 91, a good loopy curveball at 73, the changeup that goes 77, and the slider that goes 82. Honestly, I don't know what it is about this Hershiser. He plays way above his attributes. I know they're not too daunting at the 96 hits per nine, 91 K per nine. But if any of you guys have faced him, it just seems like he's very hard to hit, even if you get bat on the ball. And it's just one of those things. You have to play with the Hershiser to know. And I think you guys know, he's going to be number 10 on the list. Let me guys know what you think about it, because obviously he did get the nod over Johnson, Seaver, and Buehler. Let me know if you think they should have got the 10 spot instead of Hershiser, but I think it's pretty solid to say that Hershiser's number 10. Number 9. In the 9th spot, we have about the only Blue Jays card that's worth anything in this game, and it's Nate Pearson, Future Stars card, right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. He has a 4-pitch repertoire. He throws a 4-seam fastball that has outlier 1 on it, so it's going to go 102. Then a very hard slider that goes 92 to 93. Curveball that's going to go 76, and a changeup that goes 85. The biggest reason I have this Pearson in the top 10 here compared to, let's say, Walter Johnson, who kind of has the same pitch repertoire as him, is because this Pearson's release and his motion really can throw people off. I've heard people, whether it's in Facebook groups or other places, kind of complain about Pearson's quick release, being able to slide step with him and all this other stuff. It just throws guys off, and I think that gives Pearson a little bit of advantage. Yeah, it might only be a 2, 3, 4 inning advantage, but that might be all you need in a game. He does have 111 hits per nine, 107 K per nine. His control is not the best at 84 control, 81 base on balls per nine. This is also a card you can prestige, as he was part of the extreme conquest moments and showdown reward path. He's the second card on there, so you can actually prestige this Pearson, which even makes him a little bit better. Adds a little bit more value to him, but I got him at 9 on the list. Number 8. Dinelson Lamet comes in at number 8 on the list here. Right-handed throwing, another 99 overall. He plays for the San Diego Padres. You actually get him from the rare tier of the Finest 2020 pack that you unlock in the Team Affinities. He's one of 3 cards that you can choose from in that pack. We've done a true review on that pack, so if you're curious about an in-depth review of this Lamet, go check out that video. I will post it and tag it. I'll have it pop out in the corner over here. It should pop up right about now or so to have that more in-depth true review if you want to hear about him, since he is a newer card. But he has a 5-pitch repertoire that consists of a slider that's going to go 88 to 90 miles an hour, a 4-seam fastball that does not have any outlier 1 or outlier 2, but it does go 99, so it'll go about 100, 101. Then he throws a 2-seam fastball that's going to go about 99, a changeup that goes 88, and a curveball that goes 84. What I will say is he doesn't have a sinker or a cutter, so that's a little bit of a downside for this Lamet. If he had one of those pitches, he'd probably be higher up on this list. Great 9s at 124 hits per 9, 116 K per 9. He can have a little bit of control issues, but I seem to pitch really well with him. I really like this card. Coming in at number 8 on the list. Go pick this guy up. Put him in your rotation. Give him a try. Number 7. 7th on the list is a common foe for a lot of us. We dealt with him a lot last year in MLB The Show 19. But this year he came out a little bit later as one of the inning bosses. I believe it was the 6th inning or 7th inning. 99 overall. 2014 Cy Young Clayton Kershaw. Left-handed throwing. He's a 4-pitch repertoire of a 4-seam fastball, slider, 12-6 curve, changeup, and sinker. Great change of speed between the 4-seam fastball. Is going to go about 95 miles an hour. And his 12-6 curve, that's that big looper at 72 miles an hour. Then he throws a changeup too, goes 85. He doesn't have the best 9s out there, but you can prestige him, which gives him a little bit more value. At 102 hits per 9 and 110 K per 9. Those are pretty good. And he has really good control at 93, and then he has 98 base on balls per 9. So you're going to be able to kind of throw the ball where you want with this Kershaw, and I think that's important. When you prestige him, he actually picks up a little bit of speed on his fastball and some of his other pitches. So I think it does make him a little bit more valuable than 7th on this list. But I did this list without any prestige cards because that means you have to play with them. There's no guys you just get outright as prestiges. So I wanted to do it as if you would just go buy the card from the market. That way, from the time you play with it, whether you play with him or not, you kind of know where he stands compared to other pitchers on this list. So I got Kershaw coming in at 7 on the list. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously gave a lot of people fits last year. Some people don't think he's that good. Think he's very overrated this year just because he has the Kershaw name. I think he's still very hard to hit. I think he's very effective. Number 6. Barely not making the top 5 in the 6th spot is Trevor Bauer. He's a starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds, and he actually won the National League Cy Young this year. That's why it's such a good card for Finest 2020 set here. He throws 5 pitches, 4-seam fastball, cutter, slider, knuckle curve, and sinker. So he has the cutter and sinker. I think those are very important to a good pitcher this year. His 4-seam fastball is going to go about 96, 97 miles an hour. Then throw a cutter that goes 86, slider goes 80, knuckle curve goes 78, and the sinker goes about 94 to 96. He has ridiculous 9s at 124, 117 K per 9. Then he has the 82 control, 90 base on balls per 9. The only downside of this card is he has pretty low home runs per 9 and 73. I don't know how much that matters online. Against the computer, a little bit troublesome. I know that some people have said that he's not as good as his attributes show. I don't know. I faced him some. I think he's still pretty hard to hit. I think he's one of those guys almost like Hershiser where, yeah, he doesn't throw that hard, but the ball doesn't seem to fly off the bat whenever he's pitching that much. So I got him at number 6 on the list. Let me know what you guys think. Number 5. We're getting to the point in this top 10 list where literally all of these guys are interchangeable. I sat here and literally switched the 1 through 5 guy earlier today, probably 2 times before I was like, finally, this is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to put it on the YouTube channel, and I'm going to just take my scrutiny because I know someone's not going to agree with me. But to start off the top 5, I have Max Scherzer, 2017 Cy Young winner for the Washington Nationals. He was one of the headliners, one of the later ones, I think somewhere in the 40s if I'm not mistaken. He's right-handed throwing, throws 5 pitches, 4-seam fastball's going to go about 97 to 98. He throws a slider that goes 86, a changeup that goes 81, a curveball that goes 77, and a cutter that's going to go 90 to 92. Great nines at 111 hits per nine, 109 K per nine, 84 base on balls per nine. And then he has 92 control. Once again, a guy that has equal home runs per nine as Trevor Bauer. So it's one of those things where I put Scherzer above him because he has a little bit better pitch repertoire, even though he has a little bit lesser nines in the hits, and he has more control. I really like this Scherzer. I think he has a unique release compared to other pitchers. That's why I got him coming in at number 5 on the list. And he seems to always throw the ball where you want it. He does not seem to hang too many pitches for me. Number 4. At number 4, we have Jacob deGrom. Plays for the New York Mets. He's obviously an absolute ace in real life. It's going to be nasty in this game. Right-handed throwing. Since he's a starting pitcher, probably have to bat with him. He actually bats left-handed instead of right-handed like a lot of these pitchers do. So he's actually a right-handed throwing, left-handed batting guy. For his pitch repertoire, he throws a 4-seam fastball that's going to go 102 because it's an outlier 1. Then a very hard slider that's going to go 92 to 94 miles an hour. A changeup that goes 87, a curveball that goes 84, and a 2-seam fastball that can hit 99. Now the reason I have deGrom up here is just he throws hard. And when he throws hard, it's hard to tell the difference between his fastball and his changeup, even though his changeup goes 87. And then you have him with 110 hits per nine and 125 K per nine. He has good control at 89 control. That's a big factor here. If you're going to be a power pitcher, to also have control makes a big difference. And once again, he throws with a unique release point, kind of like Max Scherzer does. So that's why I got him here at 4. Honestly, like I said, I bumped around these top 5 guys probably 2 or 3 times earlier today. You guys let me know if you agree with deGrom being this higher. I think he should be lower on the list, or maybe you even think he should be higher on the list. Number 3. May he rest in peace. Bob Gibson unfortunately passed away this year, but he's coming in at number 3 on our list. A 1968 Cy Young winner, 99 overall, right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. He's one of my favorite pitchers to pitch with, period. Every year I love his 85 overall breakout card, and then he always has a nasty 99 overall card. And for years to come, I'll always have him in my rotation when I can get him in there because he's just one of my favorite pitchers to pitch with. I love his release. I love his slider. Looking at his pitch repertoire for this card, he throws a 98 mile per hour 4-seam fastball. You can go about 100 miles an hour if you really ramp it up. Then he throws a 90 mile per hour slider, a sinker that goes 95 miles an hour, a curveball that goes 80 miles an hour, and then a changeup that goes 86 miles an hour. So his changeup, if it went a little bit slower, I think he'd probably be number 1 on this list hands down because he has the rest of this stuff to do that. I do think because his fastball's not going to go that 102 and he does have a harder changeup, it's a little bit easier to hit him, but either way, this Gibson is hard to hit. That's why he's in the top 3. And then he has the max stamina, so you can pitch all day with him. You don't have to worry about throwing around the strike zone. You can definitely look for strikeouts with this card because he has ridiculous stamina at that 125 max. And then he has 109 hits per nine, 105 K per nine, with the 87 control and 90 base on balls per nine. Another good thing about this Gibson is he can be your offline grinder for you. 96 home runs per nine, and he has a very fast motion. So I know a lot of people like to use Tyler Glasnow, the 87 overall, because of his just like from the stretch, you can slide step, do whatever else to get out of it. Bob Gibson, even in his windup, is very quick. And he has great attributes for playing offline. But even online, absolute stud. Coming in at number 3 on the list, one of my favorite players to pitch with in any of these MLB The Show video games. May rest in peace, Bob Gibson. Number 2. Only one of 2 lefties in the top 10, and he's coming in at number 2. It's the Signature Series Chris Sale, left-handed throwing, left-handed batting. He only throws 4 pitches. A 4-seam fastball is going to go about 99. A slider that's going to go 80, and then a circle change that goes 82. And he throws a 2-seam fastball as well. It's going to go about 96. Honestly, only need to throw 3 pitches with this Chris Sale. If he throws 4-seam fastball, slider, and circle change, is pretty much close to unhittable. I mean, really, his fastball and his circle change look the exact same when you're throwing it. It's ridiculous, and it has like a 20-mile-per-hour difference. Plus, he has that goofy 3/4 release. Looking at 100 hits per nine, 117K per nine. He has 99 base on balls per nine, 96 control, so super accurate. Doesn't hang a lot of pitches. That's another great thing about this sale. On top of that, you can kind of try to paint the corners because he does have 114 stamina. Love this card. Coming in at number 2 on the list. Number 1. This is probably where I get some scrutiny. Bob Feller is one of my favorite pitchers to pitch with every year, just like Bob Gibson that I already mentioned. He's 99 overall. It's a signature series. Obviously, he played for the Cleveland Indians. And you're looking at the four-seam fastball. It's going to go 102 because he has outlier 1. And he has a 12-6 curve that's going to come back at you at 78 miles an hour. A slider that's going to go 86. A changeup that's going to go 80. So he throws a 102 fastball, and he's going to come back with a changeup that goes 80. Oh, by the way, he also throws a sinker that's going to go 97. So this guy has like the optimum pitch repertoire. He doesn't have a cutter, but he does have that slider that goes relatively fast. Then you're looking at his stamina. He's 123, can be a little bit wild with 85 control and a 63 base on balls per nine, which is, I think, what some people find as his fault. But with 123 stamina, you're going to get at least 7 innings out of this guy. He has 100 hits per nine and 124K per nine. I get the hits per nine at this point in the game are pretty low, but with that pitch repertoire and how hard the ball's coming in, as well as the 5, like I said, the 5 pitches he throws. I mentioned his pitch repertoire like over and over and over again. I just think it's immaculate. And then the change of speed on his pitches. And you have 2 pitches that go really slow. You have 2 pitches that go pretty hard. And then you have the slider that's kind of in the middle. I just think he has a great set of pitches to throw with. It'd be almost like if Kershaw threw 102 miles an hour. It would be the same thing. So I got this Bob Feller coming in at number 1. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you think I'm tripping. I mean, if I am, I am. Y'all can let me know. But this isn't going to be the first of these top 10 lists. I'm doing one for every single position. So let me have it. If you guys don't agree with the list, just let me have it in the comments. We'll go back and forth. You guys know I like to respond back to you guys. Guys, that's going to wrap up my top 10 starting pitchers in MLB The Show 20. And like I said, it's pretty much endgame. So I think this list will be pretty good till the end of the year. Here or there, another card will come out or such, and you can ask me about it. I'll do a true review on it and let you know if it would fit into my top 10 from here on out when I do true reviews for cards. But honestly, you guys let me know what you think about my top 10 list. I'm going to do one for relief pitching or your bullpen. It's going to be relief pitchers and closers. Then I'm going to do it for all of the 8 other positions from catcher all the way to right field. Next up, we're going to do the bullpen. It'll either be out tomorrow or the same day as this video. I'm going to try to do one of these top 10s a day. Might do 2 a day depending on how much time I have to edit the video. So look out for those. Don't forget to give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button so we can keep growing the channel. I appreciate all the support. You guys have a great day and be safe.